All right, everybody. Happy Black Friday. Let's get right to it. Special Black Friday session. And welcome, everyone. Big shout out in the chat. How we doing today? What's the news? Everybody have a good turkey? I did. Real nice one. Today, our first winner is Bishal. And as I said, you guys are going to get the gold membership 30-day. So you contact Miss Stephanie. And folks, the Black Friday special, listen, get on it now. This is going to be the 15% off on any HPS or HPC software. Plus, you get to the seminar. And I've said this before. Anyone that's purchased the program, you guys want to come or you're a member, you need information, just log in. Okay, go to your basic members page once it comes up. And then basic members page right here. And then access the Discord and contact Miss Stephanie or one of the moderators. It's down here. Just click that link on number 4, please. And submit anybody that wins in any session, you've got to submit your information. And another quick note on the books. I want to keep giving them away. We'll give away a couple today, but international is just not working. So we're going to have to give you guys a separate option if you're international. Give access to the gold membership for 30 days. That includes the software, 2 versions if you want, TradingView and MetaTrader. So that's, I think that's the best way to resolve it. I've received a lot of the books back, international books that have been going out, and then they come back about 6-8 weeks later, undeliverable. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Let's get to it for today. And like I said, we'll give away a couple of books here. Believe it or not, I want to start out with crypto today and look at Ethereum. Look at Ethereum and what's the big deal here? Well, we're not only checked back off the Gartley, but we're going to be now in a 2-bar confirmation where this is do or die time, folks. So, I didn't take the trade. I haven't liked the action, but I've got to respect the type 2. And that is absolutely in a spot for everything that we do. By definition, it has to move off the low. There's your 1, there's your 2, there's the confirmation. Checked back 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And then 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. So this is, if it's going to be something, you got to get above 1225. So that's a big deal. And if we take away everything, that's a big deal for the type 2 off the Gartley. It's just suspect. For me, it's suspect at the time because of all the nonsense, but I'm not going to give up on that one. That's clear type 2. Yes, today we close early today, so we'll take it to the end of the session today. And then be back on Monday. We're here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday every week at 12 noon Eastern. So you guys come on back on next week and we'll follow up with what should be a pretty eventful close to the year. Definitely. Oh, let me bring this over here. 1 second. Anyway, that's a big development for Ethereum in general and probably the best structure. Let's rip through the top 5 again. I think that's probably the easiest way to clear them out, and it covers most of the market cap. And Ethereum's been number 1, and this is based on structure. Number 2, Binance Coin, bouncing off this target too, but we know that the resistance is back here more like 305, that bat pattern minimum. I would be very cautious on any long. If anything, I'm looking for Harmonic Strength Index variable to come out. Let that indicator register for you before anything. But this little pop, if we trigger HSI, let's say this weekend, over the next 2-3 days and then roll over, that's going to be a point that I want to pay close attention to. Bitcoin hasn't done anything like what we've seen in Ethereum or Binance Coin. But again, if there's going to be real problems, it's going to develop off literally the next HSI signal, Harmonic Strength Index, if you will. Hey, let's give away a book really quick. Volume 3, first person to type V3. V3, you guys, when you'll win a book, ladies or gentlemen. And again, if you're international, Asia, India, Australia, we'll give you a 30 days gold membership. That's actually worth even more. And you get the software with that. V3, folks, looking for a V3. Let's get to number 3. Allie, 2021, you win. Allie, 2021, you win. Make sure you connect with Miss Stephanie. Thank you, Fox Couture. Happy holidays to you, too. Thanks for showing up today. We'll give away 2 more books, guys, so sit tight. Giveaway, actually, and I'm going to give away 1 more gold membership. Make sure you get the free trial. Listen, everybody can take advantage of all the resources, become a basic member for free, and then just follow the instructions. I recommend that everyone starts with TradingView, and you send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com, and then check out the secondary HPC Pro platform, MetaTrader or eSignal or NinjaTrader or Sierra Chart, and run both of those. Run multiple platforms. We've got scanners that are, we put them on TradingView too, but that's what the scanner looks like for eSignal. It's badass, in my opinion. Also, the books, everyone was asking me about the books, like if they wanted a physical book, but if you want to look at the material, all 4 books are there. And I suggest starting with volume 3, actually. Great. You got it. Mr. Lodak, contact Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie, hook him up with that, please. Thank you. Great. So, look, Binance Coin, all this little crypto pop, we're just going to trigger off of one more, the next HSI signal. In general, not much has changed. Let's finish our list. So Ethereum's number 1, Binance Coin's number 2, Bitcoin number 3, just because it's the beast. And you tell me, folks, what is this doing down here at 0 numbers, nothing here? I mean, it's just, this is Bitcoin continuing lower. The Bitcoin situation doesn't change. Bitcoin down to that 11.8 area, shaping up even more, just looks like this. You know, if we're connecting dots on Bitcoin, you have to be patient with it. I know it's a struggle. A lot of people are antsy after this nasty meltdown all year. But that's our scenario with Bitcoin. We want it to finish up at a 1618 or lower. That 1618 off of the June bounce to give you another ditch down is 12.7, 12.8 minimum. Not much there. Not until that happens and then we register some major confirmation. All of that also confirms like 11.8, 11.5. We have to be patient with this. This is, I think everybody's eyeballs are just constantly on Bitcoin. They're looking for opportunities that just haven't developed yet. And every bullish pattern has only yielded a minor reaction. Number 4, good old Doge. Had a pop to 9 cents. What's going on here? Because you had some HSI signals. We did have this crazy bat pattern. There you go. Kind of getting dragged out. I wouldn't be surprised to see that get up to 11 cents. Doge is really, I thought maybe we'd drop as low as 6, but you did trigger HSI. What was that? Monday. That's something, right? That's a lot better than most of the other coins you've seen. The final one, which is now seems like oblivious, is Cosmos. And I still say this has got, you know, let's bring it back here, the daily bat pattern. Oh, it did hit 9. It hit 9. It was what we were saying, 8 or 11. The hop level off that bat pattern, I'm sorry, was 898. No HSI though. Let me just double check, triple check. Yeah, you didn't get HSI on the daily. But I would pay close attention now. You got a few of these patterns lining up, and of course, Cosmos doing the larger retest here. There you go. Let me clean up that chart. Come back and retest support is general support. I think 8 to 9. Getting really close there. And then if we look at the majors for your crypto, just to get perspective here, it's interesting. You've got a lot of individual situational plays, but nothing massive. And here's total crypto market cap. HSI is still down. Look, in fact, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's really important about crypto. We know it's been dragging for months. This is a total harmonic dud, if you will, with crypto. But here's the thing that might be a large trigger that you want to pay attention to. HSI is now breaking down under the 50 level. And if anything, we could do it like this. You connect dots. This is a great technical point. It's more important than a singular breakdown because you have this M formation coming together where it's going to trigger under that 50 level back to your 886, which means maybe total crypto is about to finally do the big move, the flush. Let me clean that up. It's definitely, in terms of the indicator, triggering that signal. You go back to where we were here the last time that happened. That was a massive technical breakdown. And we're there now. That triggered really today, yesterday. It's kind of like the same deal like here. M formation, and then you break down your B point. That's a real acceleration level. Keep an eye on this and total crypto market cap. And then the other one, which was total 3, I find this fascinating. Okay, really this beautiful bat pattern on total 3. Total 3, but this is where confirmation is everything. Beautiful bat completes. There's HSI. Did we check back? We almost, what's the low there? 340.3. No, we never, did we really test it? No, we never retested that zone. And we're trying to, listen, I'm trying to look at the signals, the indicators, show me where this thing's going to do the flush and actually get us to some kind of material bottom. Well, you've got this kind of a thing. You're checking back now, but just no response. I would look for a hop level, 285. You're now 325. So what does that say? 10, 20% down? We're close. And we're so close to that number that, like a magnet. Let's wait for it. And we've seen other patterns like this fail too. Also, look at the bearish HSI trigger right there that happened back in August. And then just a couple weeks ago, we actually did check back. So that explains why we're dragging lower. And again, for the crypto crew, everybody's chomping at the bit. I know, trying to be contrarian. I see a lot of people saying that, looking for a contrarian kind of perspective on crypto, that we're close to a bottom. Not till we get the signals. Not till we get the signals on either hitting major hop levels or finally hitting our weekly objectives. That's just not going to change until this happens, and you're going to stay really since April on there, and you're now what? We're now amazingly 26 weeks, 28 weeks. So 2 more weeks sideways gets you into your 30 bar range. I'm going to favor the hop. I'm looking for something to happen here. Really, I think it's, it's pretty ripe to come down and have to give us another signal on the downside. Someone said Solana, and I was saying that would go to $1, and it's trying to hold up. And again, here you go. Same deal. Beautiful bat pattern. Okay, HSI that just turned into a dud. Because there's the pattern. Go right 30 bars. 30 bars is by the end of the month, end of the year. But the fact that you do this 15, 20 bars out, something like that, it's a flat line, no response, no reaction. Yeah, and I hear that argument too, Evan. Evan's got a good point about a lot of the 200-week moving averages, a real fight. And I think, okay, yeah, I'm for that. But again, with all of your moving averages and your longer term metrics, they all seem to be pointing to the end of the year. It's going to take more time. I hate to say that, more time, but listen, it's again, we're not going to do anything. Get your signals. If this is any of them, I would want to see, give me one bullish HSI to the right of that downtrend on total 3 on Solana. Sorry, that's not total 3. Got those are some of the issues there. It just hasn't set up yet. Yeah, someone's saying Ren. I saw that pop. But there's your perspective on things like Ren and a lot of these that had patterns. Ren had a pattern. I think it had it on the daily. Way back when. What was that? Deep crab. Nice one there. No, but this was something bigger. Oh yeah, there you go. It's a deep crab. But notice how it responded after that bearish pattern all the way up in the pop from August, and has rolled right back down. So the fact that Ren goes from 7 cents to 11 cents, again, it doesn't really faze me. That's the problem with a lot of these. You would want to see, I don't know, 30 days of constructive bullish behavior. Give me some kind of pattern down there where, hey, you get a pop and do some kind of M consolidation and then go. Just not there yet. Again, you would want to see a lot of these give you some positive intraday, one-day events to at least stabilize. And you're not seeing it in Bitcoin. When's the last time we saw a big 10% pop in Bitcoin, 20% pop in Bitcoin? It's been a long time. Let's run through a couple more. Sure, XRP. Guess what XRP did? Just another bounce. But look, remember we talked about the bat. And here's what we drew. I think we drew that last week. Type 1, XRP. I know there's long-term support at 32, 34, even 37 is a big number. But this is, XRP, another one that just showing us a reaction. And as we sketch this out, let that reaction unfold. Your bigger opportunity will come on the retest. Another one down to 34. So if you're playing that now, your reaction is done. And we've been really quite clear on the fact that all bullish moves, all bullish patterns are just reactions. That's it. And they probably won't even have the opportunity to be something more until the new year. I mean, I'm thinking February, March, June into next year, where maybe you see a pop, maybe crypto does some moves first and then retests that initial stabilization. You don't even have initial stabilization yet. A few more on those. Sure. Okay. Oh, you want to look at SHIB. All right. Again, SHIB, um, not much there. You know, a couple. I think we looked at this last week and just said back-to-back bearish patterns until, look, until we get bullish patterns, bullish confirmation. We're extremely early. Again, there's even all-time. That's the Coinbase all-time data feed. I would want to see, give me a green arrow over here, please, before I would even think about it. You're to the right. And there's weekly. Here's another one. If you're looking for SHIB to do a move, well, indicator HSI still pointing down on the weekly. What's daily? Yeah, daily did check back HSI here, but no pattern. Again, I think as much of as boring as that can be to just say, hey, you got to sit on the sides for crypto because there's really no structure. You don't have confirmation that has triggered yet. That I would just wait. And one or two of the real ugly ones that have just kind of befallen this market is something like, okay, here's Sandbox doing a real dud of a bat pattern that gives us nothing. And this was something where we were saying, hey, if this could come back, go type 1 and then type 2 because of this large back-to-back situation, big bat pattern, small bat pattern. But even on the small pattern, you'd want to see that 1 and then 2, and it just didn't do it. It didn't. You haven't bearish HSI, and until that could generate another arrow, you're almost oversold, but not quite. Those are ones where it just could keep falling until you can generate some serious oversold readings. Definitely. Thanks, 10 pence. Appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe if you guys are enjoying what you do. Listen, we do all harmonic patterns here. We focus on it. Do harmonic measures, harmonics in general. And that's our focus. Why? Because that gives us the levels. I think that's important. I don't emphasize that enough of what is it that we do here. We're trying to nail the levels because I think everybody is trying to come up with a system of levels. The harmonic patterns give us that system, give us those structures. It's just not forming in the way that we need to see. And that's where discipline comes in, to just say, to recognize the lack of ideal conditions, or the fact that we have not done much off of even. That's an ideal condition right there on sand. Beautiful bat pattern. We talked about that all summer long, looking for it to do something. Nothing. And since that bat pattern, I mean, amazingly, you're 180 bars since you completed that. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, the graph. Again, doing nothing. It's and floundering. Flashing a bat pat. Excuse me. Well, you had a couple of patterns here, but now you've got a deep grab down off of the big rally. And this is another one where, hey, your 1618 sell-off down there was 14 cents. Now you're 6. Hop is at 4 or 3.9. Yeah, you have HSI, you have a lot of things, but why? Why would you do that? I just think, again, you got to wait for things to perk up. It's not, we've seen this dud over and over again. Brett's saying it's just waiting for the next FOMO wave in BTC. Listen, I think we have to complete this down cycle, Brett. I hear you. I really do. I mean, again, I think a lot of people are trying to be contrarian, but we're just not in the right spot yet. Let's dial it over to, Coinbase, and let's look at that, because that has fallen. A lot of people are questioning if that's the next one. Where's the pattern? What's that say for us? Take a look. Okay, we got the deep crab. All of that around 41 cents. I think everyone knows you gap under 40 cents. There's just nothing there in Coinbase. I'm not longing that off of that pattern. I'll show you guys a couple of longs that are worthwhile, but this isn't one of them. You're at all-time new lows basically, and you're not able to, you're not lifting your head. The last pattern, again, was this shark, crazy shark that, your hop was 93 and that was it. And we've been like cut in half, more than cut in half since that peak back in August. Yeah, Evan says if the Dow and S&P start to roll, crypto will struggle. Yeah, I think crypto is struggling. Major markets have done impressive rebounds this month, but crypto really hasn't budged. That's the issue. And if there's going to be another one that really does have a problem, it's this crypto.com. And that, now 6 cents. And we had patterns on this. We looked at this way back when. Hold on. There you go. We looked at that all the way back to there this summer. And that was the first move at 10 cents, went to 15, and then registered HSI. This is the thing with harmonic patterns. All right, we can nail those levels with confirmation, but if you don't get a response, and I'm talking within that 30 bar, and we usually see it, there's the pattern completion within by 20 bars, your bar 24, 25, 25 weeks since you tested that pattern. Your confirmation came in about 8 weeks after, and still nothing. That's a problem. That's just, maybe you go back and retest under the all-time low, and we haven't. Look where HSI is. This is another thing with harmonic strength index where it can be difficult not to trust it. Tell me what that's doing. Rolled over. Our last signal was bearish and just continues lower. Yeah, James is short. You're bearish on 5 to 15 patterns. I think that's the only way you can play it. We talked about some of those 5 to 15 minute patterns. And again, I would go with the strong, hard and fast profit targets. I mean, Bitcoin on a 5 minute. I know we had really several nice bearish patterns recently. Yeah, there you go. Some back-to-backs, but Bitcoin, even on the 5 minute right now, is coming off of a type 2 bearish. Did we get up there? Almost. Off that bearish bat pattern. Hold on. 1660. Sorry, 16600. That makes sense. And not to mention, look, you're a 1-2. I'm glad you mentioned that, because yes, if you're going to trade it on a 5 minute time frame, whatever, that's it. But you have to stick to the levels. Aggressive management. That's it. Beyond that, again, we're going to be into next year before we get some kind of real concrete reason, if we get it, to go, that things would be changing. That's not happening. What was the other one? I think the other one to really show is MicroStrategy, of course, which is up big today. Interesting. Big pop. Where's the daily? Oh, nice crab pattern on the 4 hour. When did that completed last week? Okay. But we talked about this, the daily time frame had HSI checking back, 1-2 green candles. Yeah, maybe. I would look for MicroStrategy. Maybe it does a pop like this. Comes up, does a target one reaction, and that's it. And then back down. We'll come back to that next week. I mean, it does look nice. It's kind of, reminds me of Ethereum on the daily, where Ethereum is in that A1 position, but it's a dud. These have been duds. So you have to kind of keep that counter rolling, if you will. And if it doesn't do anything, you got to be willing to scratch out. There are some bigger stocks in the bigger markets that are shaping up. Let's look at some real tight patterns. Go back to major markets here. Quick update. But before I do that, the next person to type in V3 is going to win a book or gold membership. Your choice. Your choice. Your choice. V3. What's going on, Fido Trader? James, yes, you can adjust the Santiago. You win the V3. Santiago wins V3. Nice. I'm going to give another one away and a gold membership. You guys hang in there. We'll give away 2 more. Got to be in front of the keyboard. Got to be listening. James is asking, can we adjust the pattern sizes on combo indicator and TradingView? You can adjust the days, the number of days. That's it. It looks like this. There's your combo indicator. Hit the settings. I've extended like mine to 4,000 number of bars to process just so I can show more patterns. And then if you wanted to set your minimum pattern size, you can do that. We set it at 30, which encompasses the minimum, and then 300 usually gets the maximum. But yes, you can extend those. Play around with those settings. But what we're looking for are the clear triggers, the clear levels with triggers. No doubt. Speaking about clear triggers, signals, let's talk about S&P 500. Now, everybody that signs up, subscribes, for those that are new, get the trial first, but we're having a seminar on December 10th. So everybody that purchases, renews, subscribes, everybody can come to that seminar. And let me bring up that information. And we're going to really get into the type 1, end of the type 1 reaction, and talk about really the type 2 return. I think that those phases is something that will help a lot of people really get clear on when it's a reaction, when it's a reversal, because I think it's easiest to think reaction. When you're in a reactive mode and you're thinking reaction, you know that your management has to be tight, so you're not sitting on your hands. But here it is. Just go to Harmonic Trader, folks, and click on the Black Friday special, again, about this seminar. And we're going to go through 2 sessions, 2 like study sessions, and then session 3 is going to be an open session, questions and answers. We'll get into really what we're planning for next year, what we can anticipate. I think the next 10 days, 2 weeks will give us big clues into whether or not we're going to see some kind of continuation, or is S&P 500 just going to come back, retest this bearish pattern for a type 2? It's close. You're only 100 away. I think it will, and that's something that was a market update for members that I shared literally 2 weeks ago on that first breakout move. So still where we are, we can favor this climbing grind move, but the big event will come up here at the 4140, 4180 level for the return of the bat pattern that formed in September. So I'm still favoring that up, and there's a lot of reason why. And I've mentioned this before, but it helps to kind of clarify so that logically, how do we know? How do we know that this is still up? What's it coming off of? What's behind this? And it's a beautiful crab pattern that has confirmation. And notice that literally once we got above the zone, out of the zone, we have continued on a nice rope, if you will, where target two, just off the bullish pattern, can go as high as 42.78. So there is still room to run. We could still be in a bear market and hit that level and then come off. But in the short term, yeah, we want to favor this continued uptrend. Just within the framework, take out all of the stories, take out everything that everybody's talking about. From a harmonic pattern framework perspective, describe what you see. Tell me where we are so that you can tell yourself. Because if we trace it out and say that's our reaction, aggressively manage, look for that to break and then return, now we know we're in a type 2 reversal phase that we target as high as second level. Want to stick a trend line in there, what have you. Be aware of that. That's the best way, I think, so you stay clear in these confused times. It's certainly, the narratives are all over the place. Devastation has been pretty amazing. But for now, and I'm talking like the next 2 to 4 weeks, that's our window. What's up, Brian? Brian Guzman, how you doing? Thanks for showing up today. And Brett, yes, setting up for another bat. Yeah, we're the bat retest. And what he's saying is, yeah, there's another bearish bat we could trace out here. Let's quickly go to something like the diamonds, because the Dow has been the strongest of all. And this has been really something that's blown me away. Again, we're looking for beautiful butterfly, type 1, rides the trend line. This is where it's supposed to terminate. That was supposed to terminate at 330. So what's happening here now? We had the check back, and here's the interesting thing, okay? We look at the arrow, and I reviewed this last week, but it's amazing that it has been this strong. And if we wait for, say, 2 bars, so there's the signal, there's the check back, 1, 2 candles, red candles, are, with that kind of confirmation, it's more like 336. Not again, either one of those places at 330, 328 from your target 1 objective, you could be done. But how do we know something more is happening here? This last 3 days breakout, pretty substantial. Actually, you go back to Monday. Monday's breakout was enormous. That was really significant on the diamonds. And I would say you're going to have to be patient on that until HSI rolls over again. It's in a strong position, still up on the diamonds. And this is amazing, but take a look off the all-time high, folks, of where the Dow is. Really only 2 levels. 1 level left. I mean, there was the 2 levels were the 50 level or the 886. I'm amazingly, the Dow to 360 would not be crazy. Would not be crazy to make on this run up to the 886. So I'm going to say that keep your eye on diamonds over the next 10 days, and those stocks might be the place where you get the follow through into the end of the year. People are going to dump their losers. They're going to want to roll into the stocks that are winning. And so 360, yeah, off of that reaction has been remarkably strong. We were as I said, we were targeting like 328, 330. That made a lot of sense, but we never got the full confirmation. I'll show you one that's giving us confirmation, and I updated this in the Discord. I'm going to show everybody the Discord in a minute because I'm doing some updates there. But let's take a look at Tesla, please. This is a big one. Let's where's that? Sorry, let me bring up the other platform. Because Tesla did on not only the daily, it has confirmed on the weekly, it's in the process of confirming. But this is a big deal. And I'm, again, take away everything that we're hearing about Elon Musk and Tesla is not a profitable, or it's a car company trading like a tech company, all of that. And focus on the 1-2. Okay, the 1-2 of the bat pattern, which has been what we've been lining up for a long time. Let me get the levels back on here, please. Hold on. Here we go. Let's remove that. That's better. All right, there you go. It's a type 2, not only on the daily, but the weekly for Tesla. And it's early. I mentioned in the Discord on Tuesday, I said, hey, let's start buying some calls here. And I still say it's early. I like the position of Tesla. It's actually incredibly, the narrative is so bearish. Well, it's a lot like crypto, but we have all the signals we want to see or need, where the first reaction ended in September. We rolled over, had a bearish pattern, all of that at 300. Amazing. And then we crashed. What's the low? 165. Amazing. But here's the, let's just line it up. We know the full retest structurally has completed on this big sell-off down there. Basically the one, what was the XA level? No, sorry, hop level for the retest at 177.54. And maybe you didn't want to jump in front of that knife. That's okay. But here it is. Now we're in a different spot. HSI, that green arrow, that triggers, that's your go signal. That turns it on. That turns on the opportunity. Okay, you hit the structural level, then you register a green arrow that says go time. But where do we go? We go on the check back, meaning the retest of that bar, whether it comes in 1 or 3 or 10 bars. And if we want to be conservative, patient, look for real good confirmation, take a look. There's the check back, but now 1, 2 green candles. Everything that you want to see, and just run. Your stop is under the low. I think options going out 30 days. Why? Because it's a 30 bar move. We are in officially from, you could start it from yesterday, or you could start it from the HSI, but we're in a 30 bar window. And tell me what it's doing in the initial 10, 20 bars. There's the 30 bar window. This is a strategy for options I want to highlight, that just from a trading reactive standpoint, you have everything you want to see on Tesla down here. Call it 177. Let's say that's the key trigger number. Regardless of that number, it also puts you into 30 bars, a 30 bar time frame response window. You have your signals. Now we need to see the thing do something over 30 bars. Why 30 bars? It's the central limit theorem. It's a minimum sample size. It's a way to consider giving the reaction enough time. So the way that I use that with options, depending if it's what my time frame is, but I'll use that to project out what option contracts to buy. Do I buy from here, or especially even from the second bar, and I go 30 bars out? Where does that put me? It puts me into early January. So maybe I get the January calls, or even from the confirmation. All of this should be happening really by the end of December into early January, right there. At a minimum, you're looking like around the 27th. So think about that because you're going to minimize the amount of premium you have to put into it. We're playing this signal. It's a rather large signal on the daily. Has a lot there. It's there now for a reaction. Brett saying the fundamentals crush Tesla. Yes, fundamentals crush Tesla. And the story, the narratives, all of that, yes, have been problems for crypto and the big stocks. But we want to separate our brain from that, all those stories, and think framework, confirmation, structure, target. And I would say this is a good spot and start looking for counter trend rally that I think bring us back to, say, that HSI signal around 226, or even just look at this last segment here. It's starting to shape up where this kind of looks like some type of harmonic impulse wave that goes to a shark. Shark minimum 886, yeah, 220, 230. So maybe the 220s, maybe 230s. I'm going to look at that more on Monday because again, I said I would be bringing the options, the discussion of options more into our conversations to maximize these moves. The key is to be at that point where you get not only the structural confirmation, but you get the individual price action confirmation. We're going to look at a couple more big name stocks that are doing exactly that right now, where come Monday, Tuesday next week, we want to be executing, hitting the button. A lot of these are setting up in that regard. Tesla, checking back right now. Take a look. But just another pullback in this uptrend. Come down, nice flush, give us a pattern. Here's another one that I want everyone focused on. These are not official 3 ideas yet. I'll be updating for the members 3 ideas over the weekend. But NVIDIA. I like NVIDIA on the 5-minute to come back and retest that Gartley. I thought we might hit that this morning. I was actually looking for an option play on NVIDIA this morning to retest that Gartley. Didn't get down there. Had to let it go. But here's the daily weekly for NVIDIA. Weekly. Where'd you go, weekly? No, this was a daily. I get, there's so many of these semiconductors that are setting up. No, sorry, it's not. Let me go. It's Micron and TSM. There you go. All right, so here's Micron. Check out the back-to-back scenario going on Micron here. Deep crab. Did we get? No, didn't. Almost got to target 1. We're stabilizing here, but we ran into this crab pattern off the low. I'll look at this next week because a lot of these are getting thrown down. That give me the next HSI, because after that reaction, and notice we're trying to come back and retest 57, key number for Micron. We're going to get the response back to the 65 level. This is definitely something that's getting dragged out. Not there yet. Let this come back down. Register on the downside. But I would say if we can get one more retest, next HSI signal, we get another reaction up. That is one of the semis, and then applied materials. After that big move, the recent, from October, November, that thrust is looking like it's rolling over. It's coming off of a lot of patterns. And what's the weekly? This is it. This is, sorry, because I'm Some of the semis are dailies, some of them are weeklies. All right, but this is the other one where Applied Materials ran right into target one. There was the completion. We very well might be in a type 2 return right now. 107, the top. Look for that to come back down and retest the pattern. Yeah, HSI is going to trigger on your weekly. That could roll out today. Let's keep an eye on that one into Monday, because I think the semis are trying to show us a secondary retest point that if it can set that up, reaction's over for now. But if we can come back and retest some of these, they're in a position to run after the retest. These reactions over now. They're over for now. Maybe there's something on the 4-hour on Applied Materials. Shark pattern at target 2 at 108. A lot of these are like that. A lot of these they've just done a real sharp move for October, November, trying to come to an end for now, for right now. The SMH was another one that had great structure on the daily. Let's go back to that back to October. Yeah, look, it's a back-to-back deep crab pattern. Did the type 1 on SMH to 240. Amazing. All the way back down into the zone. Another deep crab. Okay. The way this is setting up, looking for HSI at target 2. Not there yet. There we go. Okay, HSI has yet to confirm. So that's another one where are we going to go off? Is this deep crab going to continue to target 2? There's nothing there at target 1, target 2 to suggest that's rolling over just yet. But look at semis for next week. Again, it's coiling up here that we could go higher and hit target 1 at 240. It's $20 higher from where we currently are in a reactive move. That's why I think the next couple of weeks you're going to finish some major patterns that they could rush up and hit that. AMD, again, semis all over the place with these massive patterns. And I really want to bring them up now because a lot of this stuff is setting up for early next year. A lot of these patterns trying to do a bottoming process, it looks ugly, but that's where we come in and get ready for this to unfold. Project on your, if it's a weekly time frame, project 30 weeks out or 30 days out. All puts these big patterns that have been forming for the last 6 months or more to wrap up by, I don't know, by early January. And then we'll really see, because that's not the semis they're not the only area in the whole market, especially techs, that are showing us this. Take a look at Apple. Where'd you go, Apple? And that's another one you would think Apple, with all that crazy news, Apple should be getting crushed. It's down $3, but keep an eye on the return phase. Are we going to go to target 2? Because it's a bat pattern. It's a type 2 bat. There's 1. Up to target 1. And then we need to see this come back for target 2. Maybe as high as 159, 160. Today's really surprising. Like I said, you would think the kind of news that's been coming out of China that this would be selling off aggressively. But it's in a type 2 off of the bat pattern. Also, Amazon, Google, Meta. These are the bigger ones that are still deep in these oversold zones. 96.31 is your big hop level for Amazon. My question is this an overrun bat pattern that it's taking its time on the whole development to get out of that zone? Possibly you have to hold the lows. You can't take out HSI. Maybe you kind of fill this gap. That's why the retest of these levels, the retest of what took shape early November, is the real make or break. And I've been saying that, market lows are confirmed in November. Usually you make them in October, you confirm them in November. This is exactly what I mean. And I'm not there yet on Amazon like I am Tesla for maybe trying to hit some calls and saying, look, let's let this thing set up one more time deep in the zone. But by definition, it would be a target too for 130. That's a crazy call right there. Hey, 93 and change to 130. That's how I would be looking for it. But because we had HSI, the red arrow generate a few days ago, that's why we've gone back into the zone. It's close. Listen, these are close. I want folks to get these on your radar. I think they could trigger by next week. Here's a couple more. Let's get to Meta. And as much as I don't really care for the company, obviously this is another one where your feelings don't matter, quite frankly. But Meta is, I'll come back to the daily in a second. Meta is this big crab pattern, and on the other platform, sorry, here you go, weekly Meta looks like this. And that's the chart I want to use. The weekly Meta chart has this massive deep crab that bounced right off the hop level. And we had two candles, even if we're going to use that two candles off the hop, 2 bullish candles last week. I want to start looking after things like that. There's an HSI, it's not coming in the right spot because actually looking like it's going to generate a daily bearish candle, bearish signal on Meta. Yeah, you did on the daily there. So these little bumps, they really do matter. And the fact that HSI, that arrow right here, has triggered last week, checked back. Now we need one more red candle for just this individual signal where we could come back for a retest, maybe as low as 97 for Meta. Okay, that's why don't be jumping, don't jump these just yet. I want to line them up to show everybody what we need to look for. Really quick, let's give away a Volume 3 or Gold membership. V3, first person to put in V3, you'll win that next book or Gold membership. I'll give you guys the choice. You have to tell Miss Stephanie. V3, folks. And then I'm going to give away one more software before we roll out of here. Markets have closed for the day, and I'm going to wrap it up here in a few moments. Edward and Tanisha, you win. Please contact Miss Stephanie. Needed the V3. Here's Google. And same kind of deal. Google on the daily, this might structurally be better. Take a look. Deep crab, but what happened yesterday or Wednesday and now? We have a bearish HSI in a bullish zone. I'm going to look for this to be pressure on Google again. Second bearish HSI in a bullish zone. You just think reactions, but maybe back down to the 1618 around 92. Keep an eye on that. They're beautiful patterns, but that's why the next 2 weeks are so important. And yeah, I'll do ARC, sure. Let's do that. Oh, here's ARC. ARC, I know it has this has a big pattern too. There you go. Nice one. Did you see this? Is this on the software? Who put this up? Bob? I know. All you guys don't have V3? We'll have to do something about that. Matthew, I'm never writing a volume 4. No more books, please. Arc, beautiful one. Who brought that up? I like Arc. Maybe this could be a 3 ideas. Again, that's why we're going to look for next week. Check back. Beautiful. 1, 2 candles. I'm liking that. That's a good one. Let's get these lined up. All right, the last one I'm going to give away, the last person that now types in gold will win a gold membership for 30 days. Gold. Gold. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it. I thank everybody for showing up today. Again, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We're going to be back on Monday. But these are the major patterns that are setting up. George P., you win a gold membership. Please contact Miss Stephanie. Yeah, I think I'm going to give away some more gold memberships on next week so you guys can see what that's all about. You see the 3 ideas, the market updates. That's stuff I don't do publicly. But I want everyone to get these lined up. Go through your big charts. Go through your big patterns. Because a lot of these have triggered where they've given us secondary confirmation now. That's why getting into next week and as we end the end of the year could set us up for some interesting opportunities. So come on back on Monday, folks. Let's get it then. Everybody have a great weekend. Take this time. I think the next 2-3 weeks will be extremely busy. You want to be in front of your screens. All the winners, congratulations. Connect on the Discord. If you have any questions about the Black Friday special, again, reach out to me at harmonictrader@gmail.com or just get all the information on harmonictrader.com. Until then, everyone, enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. As always, go get them. We'll see you Monday, 12 noon. Take care.